Dealing with disappointment. Hello everybody, Tom here. Hope you're all well. I think it's very important that we speak about the inevitability, really, of disappointment in life. Life may be full of surprises, it's full of good moments, but it is also full of disappointment, I'm afraid. Disappointment is part of life, it's something that from day one, really, we have to learn to deal with. I remember my granddad saying that one of the big conversations he had as a parent with my dad and my aunt was that life is full of disappointments and you have to deal with it. And I think 2026, in some respects for me, has been very disappointing. It's been disappointing in two areas, an area of my life that is important to me, that being my career, you know. So in my first job, my main full-time job, I've had some disappointment, as you know. I've had some issues, not necessarily my fault, partly driven by external factors that the business feels they need to go through. And then in my secondary employment, I'm very disappointed recently after showing good performance to not really be moving on to the next level. So this is not going to be a long video because I don't want to dwell on it, because I want to keep things pragmatic and philosophical, shall we say, and also an element of calmness when things aren't going the way you want them to be. Unfortunately, disappointment is part of life. Things won't always work out the way you want, the way you planned. I've said before, things have their own timeline, things have their own way of working out. I do believe that everything happens for a reason. So at the moment, in me not being happy with certain scenarios, at some point it will maybe become clear there is a reason for it. That means that I'm better off somewhere down the line. At the moment, I can't see what that is, and I still feel the way I do. And it may be the same for you. There may be some reason why something doesn't work out. And it's, as the age-old phrase is, some things are just not meant to be. It's very difficult to take and accept when you want something so badly. And that's true of business, it's true of relationships sometimes. Sometimes you feel in your heart of hearts something truly is strong and 100% the right thing. But then, no matter how hard you try to work at it, sometimes it just doesn't work out and it isn't meant to be. But you can't accept that situation or the outcome, shall we say, until many years afterwards when you look back and you go, actually, no, it was for the best, as much as at the time I didn't like it. So I'm telling you all now this, if any of you are in a situation or you've been in situations in life where things are not quite worked out the way you wanted, try not to get too overly emotional. Try not to get too angry. Try and process things as rationally and as safely as you possibly can, all right? Because at the end of the day, we all have to face disappointment in life. Not everything is plain sailing. Not everything just clicks for everybody. Yeah, there are some people who appear to have everything handed to them on a plate. There are those that probably post parts of their lives on social media and you think everything's absolutely brilliant for them. But under no illusions, they have the dark days too. Things get hidden from plain sight sometimes. and you don't see the struggle or the sadness or the disappointment, the difficulty sometimes. Equally, know that if something hasn't worked out for whatever reason, sometimes rejection is redirection. It could mean that something better's coming along. It could mean that at some point in the not too distant future, the situation will resolve itself better. That's what I keep telling myself. But certainly for now, I'm going to stew for a little bit over the disappointment and then try and move on as quickly as I can. And that's the key here. If something hasn't worked out for you, if it's not what you wanted and you're not happy, try not to let it stop you. Try and just push forward and move on as soon as you can. And you never know, the situation may resolve itself for the better and it may turn out in the future better for you. It may not, but as I said, rejection can sometimes be redirection. Remember that. So it's a short video today that dealing with disappointment is part of life. Try and deal with it as professionally and as maturely as you can, because remember, everyone has gonna have their day someday. Every dog has his day, as they say, and at some point you will go woof. Guys, first of 3 videos, I want to say thank you all ever so much for listening. I really appreciate your time and your energy spent here on my channel. Thank you kindly. First of 3, as I said, please put down in the comment section below. I don't know what your take is on this, but for myself, I think it's very important that you remain philosophical, you push forward, accept that certain things sometimes just don't materialise the way we want them to, and just carry on. Carry on because you need to, okay? Definitely. Please, if you would, consider giving me consider hitting that subscribe button down below. That'd be really great. Consider giving me a thumbs up and a like, I was meant to say. And let's hear that bell sign go ding dong so you know my next content's out. Back in a couple of days with another video, but until then, please take care of yourselves, all of you, and bye for now.